Hi, everybody. Dan DeFedericis of Saratoga Report, and I am here with Mrs. Teri Crowe. She is the principal at St. Clement's School, the Catholic elementary school right here in Saratoga Springs on Lake Avenue. Mrs. Crowe, thank you for joining me. And how are you doing this mid January day?
Good. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
Okay, great. So we're here with this is sponsored content. We're here to talk about St. Clement's School, and really, I'm going to kind of give it away here. What a great option it is, and I can say that with some authority. I've have one daughter currently there. My other daughter graduated from there last year, and Mrs. Crowe,
Yes.
we will have a combined 15 years of St. Clement's by the time my younger one leaves there. So I think I have a pretty good informed opinion.
Yes, you do. And we've enjoyed having your family and watching them grow.
Well, thanks. And that kind of segues us perfectly. Where you say that my family watching them grow, it's been a great experience because of the closeness, the smallness. You know, the fifth grade teacher knew my first grade student. They just all know the I would say every teacher there knows every student, and it's just a great small. It's a community of its own. Now we've got some very good public schools in this area.
Yes.
And obviously, a private school costs some money. So,
Yes.
what would you tell a parent that is grappling with that thought of, geez, if I'm already paying taxes, why do I want to pay tuition? Could you kind of give the
Sure.
values of a Catholic and a private education?
Yes. So, like you said, there is something to be said about St. Clement's School. I think that we are smaller, but what we really what was one thing that we thrive on is that we are centered on faith and family and the community piece. There's something to say about coming in the morning and having morning prayer together, and just meeting every morning with the kids and the parents and saying hello. So there is something to say about us being a smaller school, but also rooted in faith.
And that's so, like I said, I've experienced it. That's so true. And also generally, and I realize things fluctuate, but generally speaking, your class sizes have been really a nice number. Like my daughters have generally 12 to 14 students
Yes,
almost regularly with
that
a
is
great
correct.
student to teacher ratio.
Yes. So we do have, I think our largest class size is 19 kids, but that is something that I would say is rare. Most of our class sizes are between 13 to 15 kids. And there is, we have several teachers that work together. And there is something to say, like I said, about it being a smaller class size so that the teacher can work, pretty closely individually with each child and getting to their needs.
Yes, in fact, I've had students that have like been able parents that have like been able to compare the school and the curriculum at St. Clement's. The students there are ahead of a lot of other schools from what I've seen talking to other parents and talking to other teachers and even talking to a school district official. I won't say what district. This man was gushing over St. Clement's. He was familiar with St. Clement's and he was gushing over the quality that of education you're giving there.
Yes, and I can say that, it is, we do all the standards and with New York State, and I would say that a lot of it has to do with the rigor that we do because we are able to get to each student and keep up with, what is needed, and we really follow the pattern from year to year, just following with what the last teacher has done and strengthening those skills. And again, that can be really related to our class size and the teacher being able to work individually with each child's needs.
Yeah, and nothing gets missed. No child gets lost there.
No.
You're on things early in the process to address them early and make them usually minor.
And we are. And I think there's something to say about us being small. And like you mentioned, our teachers know our students right from the beginning. I think all of our teachers will help out in any way that they can, whether it be something small or, even if they see a child that needs help, or we all work together. We are really a close knit family. And I think that's why we, are so successful and remembered when it comes to, you being at St. Clement's and the close knit and the love that we, have for your child.
And as parents, if you want to take the next step, St. Clement's is having an open house later this month, and on January 27th. Mrs. Crowe, could you talk about the open house coming up?
Sure, yes. So we do have the open house on January 27th. It is during our Catholic Schools Week. So from 10 to 1, anyone can come and visit the school, whether you're going to come to junior K or to, K to 5. We're happy to, you can come in and you'll have a guided tour, and you can, ask any questions, and we'll show you around, and you can see, the ins and outs of what our school does each day. You can see us in action.
Right. And I understand that if they cannot make the open house, and there's no registration required, right?
No registration is required, and you can come really at any time. So if you miss the open house, you can call our school, and we're happy to set up a tour and show you around. You can also come in, and if you are, happy with our school but want to see it just a little bit more, your child could come in and shadow in that classroom for the day. But yes, we have lots of flexibility when it comes to the open house. We also have, other parents or alumni that will tour and help answer any questions that you have. We'd love to see you.
That's great. And you just earlier this week had a kindergarten info night. You're going to have which was very successful, I understand. And you're going to have another one in March, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So we do have a kindergarten information night that will come up in March as well. And so our kindergarten teacher and some of our support teachers are there so that you can hear all about what kindergarten is like and the next steps if needed.
And you have some pre-K, some 3-year-old programs. My daughters have, between the two of them, they've done them all. But we started there because you had a terrific junior K program that fortunately a wonderful neighbor of ours told us about that we did not know. She wasn't perhaps quite ready for kindergarten, but maybe we were just a little beyond the other programs. And that was a perfect in-between program for us to get started there. But you also have some other 3-year-old and such programs, correct?
Yes. So we have a 3-year-old program. It's a part-time and full-time program for 3-year-olds. So you can the 3-year-olds can come 2 days a week, or they can choose to come full-time for 3 days a week. We then move into preschool, which is our, and there's different options for the pre-Ks, the pre-Ks, which are, so we have a few classes that start right at 8:00 for our regular day. And then we also have the 9:00 option for preschool. Then, like you said, we have a junior K program, which is a kindergarten readiness program that students need to be age appropriate. They have to be 5 years old to attend that class. But that class, like you said, is just a slower version for those that aren't quite ready for kindergarten, but it gets them ready for kindergarten. So yes, we do have that program too.
Okay, terrific. Folks, again, the open house, January 27th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Private tours, shadow visits available. Mrs. Crowe, did we cover it all?
I think we did. Yes, we did. And we'd love to, give you a tour and show you what St. Clement School is all about, and come see us in action.
Terrific. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.